Charles Ease, everything you need to know. Excuse me, when you need to know it, man. You feel me? Shit. Appreciate all my subs, everybody rocking with your boy, subscribers, all that, man. All that. Yeah, we gonna get into it, man. Make sure I look presentable. No bacon collars, you know what I mean? Yeah, make sure I look right, the part, the Charles Ease and all of that, man. But man, just appreciate everybody rocking with your boy, man. You know, listen, man. Loyd Banks, fabulous, man. It's close. It's close. For real. You know, I definitely could say, I ain't even gonna say that Fab might have been just a little more consistent, and Fab might be Gully TV said Fab was a little more slicker. We're gonna slow walk this, break it down. Banks, I heard some shit from Banks, man. I heard some shit. Some of his more recent shit, not the first mixtapes and all of that, the G Unit and all that, not that, and not his first few albums, but more recently, man, Banks been swift with that shit, man. I ain't gonna lie, Banks been swift with it, man. For real. He been really swift. He been slick. But what I think a lot of people, what I think when Gully said Fab was slicker, I think it's this, maybe Fab is easier to digest. Pause. You feel me? Fab is his stuff is a little more mainstreamish, a little more catered to maybe the radio slickness. Whereas I think Banks got more underground gritty slickness. You feel me? But don't get that twisted. Banks done had records come on, man. When G Unit was at that peak, come on, man. That I'm on fire, man. And I'm so fly. Come on, Banks done been at the top of the top. I don't know if Fab really been at the top of the top like that, man. You feel me? I know Banks have, though. Banks been at the top of the top. You feel me? Yeah. For real. Banks' career done went somewhere that Fab's ain't never went. I could say that. You feel me? I could definitely say that confidently, man. Yeah. Yeah. Real talk. But I will give Fab maybe the edge, maybe being more consistent. I don't know if it's Fab really being more consistent or he's more visible. You feel me? Because Banks been dropping. Banks been dropping, but he been out the public eyesight. His shit been more underground. He been less visible. Banks always been like anti-fame. You feel me? Just a Ghostface Killer type nigga where he don't like to be seen. Where Fab, he had a lot of red carpet events and a lot of pop out shit, a lot of events and stuff. I ain't saying more pop culture events, but just more visible. I ain't saying the high level type shit, like, you feel me? Like Grammys and shit that's out of here. You feel me? But Fab, he been more visible, man. I can't say that, man. And that might play into the minds of people of him being more consistent. But Bankston dropped some shit, man. Them first two, hey, come on, man. I would say Banks's albums is better than Fab's albums. You feel me? On some real shit. If it wasn't for that soul tapes, that shit was hard, man. Fab he really did something with the soul tapes and and a little bit of that summertime shootouts, man. You feel me? Before as albums, like Banks, I gotta give it to Banks, man. You feel me? That hunger for more and that rotten apple. Come on, man. Stop playing, man. Like 50 said it. Fab is more of a he's more of a feature nigga. And ain't nothing wrong with that. However you get your money, but Fab has been known to kill features. You feel me? Yeah, a 16 bar assassin, just like this shit. The Squatters' Right shit. You feel me? Feature with other artists. Feature with his other podcast members. You feel me? Killed that shit. That like 50 said that shit. 50 said Fab shit never really quite took off like that because Fab always was more of a feature nigga, and it's real. It ain't no shot in telling the truth, man. If Fab is being real with himself, Fab know that's the truth. His bigger records been with features. You feel me? Real talk. It's been with features. Yeah. That Neo, the Tamia, I only wanna be with you. Duh, duh, I can't let you go. I only wanna be, man. Them shits. I think them is Fab songs, but he got features on that. Man, then some people would say, well, Charles E's, you nitpicking and da. You feel me? I'm just trying to break this shit all the way down. So if you want to call it nitpicking or whatever, so be it. But I'm just breaking the shit down past where put it like this. I'm breaking shit down past the low-hanging fruit. You feel me? Past the low-hanging fruit that motherfuckers is used to digesting. Pause. You feel me? And another thing, I ain't heard too many people talk about this, man. After we got that Cam from Dipset, 50 from G Unit, Cam from Dipset, 50 from G Unit, and you know, Fab, the street fam, whatever. After we got that, you feel me? Them three niggas, Jewels, Fab, and Banks was supposed to be the next niggas to carry New York, man. After 50, Jay, you feel me? Cam and that whole Cam's little wave and that make shit, DMX. The next three, they were supposed to step in them shoes. They were supposed to step in them shoes and carry New York. Banks, Jewels, and Fab, man. Real talk. But I think they kind of underachieved. Matter of fact, they did underachieve. You feel me? As much as I hate to say it for the love of hip hop, they didn't carry it like that, man. And it was, at least I know it was set up for Banks to carry it like that, and it was set up for Jewels to carry it like that. You feel me? Fab was kind of a hybrid. You know what I mean? He never really had that crew, that team, like the G Unit, like a motherfucking Dipset. You feel me? Fab was more of a hybrid. You feel me? But he had the street fam, DJ Clue, all that shit right there. You feel me? But yeah, man, them was supposed to be the next three, and I could say Fab. See how Fab been more consistent out of all. We know what happened to Jewels. Banks, he kind of left G Unit. He went from up under that umbrella and did his own thing. You feel me? Fab is staying relevant, man. And that might be the big thing. Not so much Fab is more consistent than Banks dropping albums or mixtapes or whatever. Fab always stay relevant. You feel me? Now he on the podcast, even though he might. And he gave us that verse. That's keeping him in that cycle. That's keeping him in that social media industry cycle of relevancy. You feel me? So a motherfucker who really ain't thinking or don't know how to think might be like, oh yeah, Fab is more relevant than Banks, or Fab is more consistent than Banks. But it ain't really that if you know how to think and know what you listening for or looking at. It ain't really that. It's just like I said, it goes back. Fab is more visible. You feel me? It ain't that Fab is dropping all these killer projects and shit. Fab is more visible, man. You feel me? But we know hip hop and this battle and diss tracks and all of that, that ain't about who's more visible. That's about bar for bar. That's about bar for bar. You feel me? Yeah, that's about bar for bar, man. So don't let people get you swayed off the track, man. Swayed to the left or swayed to the right, man. You feel me? We talking about who's better. That's bar for bar. You feel me? It ain't about no money. Ain't about the album sales and all that. We talking bar for bar. So when niggas come and these discussions and these barbershop mentions, Monday morning quarterback shit, when we get to talking about who's better, don't let them get on that money shit or none of that other shit that don't mean nothing. Keep that shit in the middle, bar for bar. Charles E's, leave all your comments, man. I'm gonna respond back. Charles E, subscribe, share, like. Tony Yale on the Breakfast Club, man. Before I get out of here, listen. Tony Yale, he kind of went way to the left instead of just, he said Banks was better, but that man is loyal, man. That man can write a class, a book, whatever, on how to be loyal, man. You feel me? Even whatchamacallit, even Uncle Murder, he was kind of toting the line because he a Brooklynite just like Fab, so he ain't want to jump too far in that water. He kind of kept it in the middle, neutral, respectful. But Banks was like, Banks go nuts. Not Banks. Yale go nuts for his people. Yeah, that nigga, he's one of them. He almost loyal to a fault, if it's such a thing. You feel me? Yeah, it's almost to a fault. He gonna ride for his people, and that's that. You gotta respect that, man. You gotta respect that, man. You feel me? So, hey, I hope we do get some tracks. I hope we do get some lines and bars and shit, some songs from Banks and Fab, man. I know Jay Mills set it in motion. Jay Mills and Ron Browse. They took the battle rap and put it on song form and put the visuals to it, the videos. Will we get something like that from Banks and Fab? You feel me? Or will it just be some audio shit? Audio crack for listening pleasure. I don't know, man. But shit, we want to see that back and forth, man. We want to see that, man. That's been talked about for years. You feel me? Hey, and I hit on some shit that people never said. You feel me? Like I said, Banks, Jewels, and Fab, they were supposed to be the next to step in them shoes. And I could even say that Fab was kind of like Jay's little man. And I could say that. You feel me? Not like a Bleak, but far as stepping into them shoes, the next nigga from Brooklyn, to carry that torch. It was more Fab than, it was never Bleak. Bleak maybe tried it, and maybe Bleak, it was like people might have thought it was like a natural pass the torch to Bleak, but Bleak ain't Fab. We all know that. So I was kind of looking like Fab was the next is a predecessor. He was the next in line. You feel me? He was the next in line from Jay, from that Brooklyn era, man. Hey, but don't confuse more visible with being more consistent, man. You feel me? Keep that shit bar for bar when we talking about who better. Bar for bar, no money, no nothing, no overseas tours. Bar for bar, man. Bar for bar. Yeah, Charles E, subscribe, share, like. That's my time. Until next time, I'm out of here. Peace and dig it.